What's up? Happy 2019, everybody. So, I think people are logging on. And I didn't want to reverse my phone, so I actually can't see what you're seeing right now. I just wanted you to be able to have actual visuals without words being reversed, like always. So I will not know who is logged on and who isn't. But it's at this point, it doesn't matter. Here's what matters. It's another year. It's another year. And a lot of people by now have already seen my post for today, right? And so it talks a lot about let me pull it up here real quick. That post talks a little bit about oh, there I am, I can see myself. It says, see how fast this year passed? You better stop playing with your life. See, here's what I'm understanding about the human condition. Most people are living under the assumption. There's an assumption that most people are living by. And here's the assumption. The assumption is, I still have a long time to live, and therefore not a lot has to be done today. That doesn't mean that people are waking up and saying that out loud. That doesn't mean that even most people are conscious about it throughout the course of the day. But most people, when you think about right now in this society, by and large, most people aren't activated in some sort of a vision or living a purposeful or intentional life. Then when they're not, what they haven't captured is what people who are living purposely have captured, which is, oh shit, I could die today. Now, you don't say that in a way that causes paranoia. You don't want to live a paranoid life, otherwise you're not thriving, right? You're just fearful all the time. You don't want to live that, and you'll be a grouch to everybody, and you'll drive people crazy. So it's not necessarily, I may die soon, therefore I have to blank, blank, blank. But the cost of being aware that you could die any moment is far less than the cost of never being aware that you're just living an assumption-based life, that you have lots of time. You don't. See, the problem with believing deeply in you that you have lots and lots of time to, like, oh, game plan, freaking Wally, another stupid positive like motivation quote, right? Because there's lots of Wallies on Facebook. There's lots of Wallies on social media, waking up every morning, trying to engage people in something positive, and man, God forbid there's more of those people, right? There's lots of people like me on social media, okay? There is. I'm not the only dude in the park, right? But what I understand is, when I'm able to at least understand that I have limited amounts of time, that I could just go at any moment, what it's doing for me is it's creating a level of urgency. It's giving me that swift kick in the butt that I need to get something done. Now, that getting something done, no one else in this world gets to decide that but you. And if you're sitting on your couch, or if you're watching this driving, or wherever you are, if at a restaurant, and whether you're here in Oregon or anywhere else in the country, maybe you don't want to live purposefully and intentionally. And maybe 2019 is not the year where you're ready for that. This is, speaking of purpose and intention, this is purposely and intentionally for those people who know that when you look back at 2018, you came away with the same conclusion you did at the end of 2017, which is you look back at that life and said, damn, it's not very different. Or maybe you said, damn, I'm still making the same amount of money this year that I did last year, even though prices are going up. Or you said, man, it's another year that I didn't take my kids camping like I said I would. Or that I didn't take my kids on that vacation that I said I would. Or maybe even worse. Maybe you're in a relationship, or you're married, and the two of you still don't have the courage to have conversations that should have happened a long time ago. And as a result, the relationship is destroying itself. See, what we're not doing when we're living this assumption-based life is we're not weighing consequences. There's consequences for every action, for every decision that we make. And you may be saying, well, I haven't made the decision on that. Well, bad news. Indecision is a decision in and of itself. By not deciding to do something about the life that is being lived in an unsatisfied manner, that's a decision. And it comes with a cost. And the cost is another year wasted. Thankfully, you had another year of life. But that is the problem with society, is we're consistently confusing living with being alive. Being alive is what people did the whole year of 2018 without being productive. They were just busy. Living is people who were engaged in those 365 days with some sort of intention, with some sort of purpose, this must mentality. I must do this, this, and this. I must create this, this, and that. I must start that business. I must be more courageous in my relationship and have conversations with my significant other that I haven't had the courage to have previously. I must. That is the difference between busy and productive. Busy, I see it on social media. I see a lot of people, and here's where I want to go with this video. What you need to be successful in this life is you need to be a hustler. You've got to be on your grind. In 2019, you've got to be on your hustle, and you've got to be on your grind. You've got to be on your hustle. You've got to be on your hustle. But here's what a lot of people are doing right now on social media that's probably discouraging people more than it's inspiring people. I see a lot of people on social media, and I get the motivation. The motivation is to engage you, to encourage you, to get you excited about life. But man, what is coming across as hustle and grind is where you have to be doing something all day long. You've got to be working on this project, and you got to start this talk, and you've got to post this, and you got to do a podcast, and you got to go here, and you got to do. That is not hustle and grind. That's a lot of noise. And see, if I'm sitting back watching that type of motivational person, and I already feel like I don't have time, because by the way, people feeling like they don't have time or they don't have money are the two biggest eliminators that prevents them from engaging in a life where they could actually be living and thriving. So if you're telling me as a motivational person that I have to have a bunch more time to do a bunch of more things that might probably cost me a lot more money, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna sit on my ass and watch TV a little bit more in 2019 than I did in 2018. Because that sounds like a lot. And you're right. See, hustle and grind have nothing to do with being busy all day long. When you're on your hustle, or you're on your grind, what that means is that you're living so productively and so purposely and have built in so much intention that you actually have more time in your life to relax, to live at peace, to be able to take a walk with your significant other for an hour or two without feeling like you have to hurry up and get back home to do something. Where you do have a patient and relaxed mind, where when you are with your kids, you're not physically present, you're mentally present. And kids know the difference. Kids don't thrive or get excited when your body is near them. They get excited when your mind and your heart are with them. Hustle and grind in the year 2019 is built around purpose and intention. As you can see behind me, hopefully, what you'll see is these are the 3 gifts that I'm offering to the world this year on purpose with intention, right? And so for me this year, I was having dinner with one of my buddies, Tom Hoffert, the other night, and Tom asked me a question. Tom, I hope you're listening to this. He said, dude, what's going to be your vision statement for 2019? I said, man, I don't know yet. I don't know yet. And words circulate in my mind. I'd love to hear what's circulating in your mind. I had my other buddy, Nick Williams, who was the CEO of the chamber. Now Tom Hofford is stepping in to take the reins of this as the CEO of the chamber. I saw Nick and Teresa Williams post their word for the day this morning on Instagram. And I believe that Teresa's was clarity and Nick's was intention. Right? And for me, mine is love and live intentionally. Where that's the platform that I operate from. So the question I'd ask you is, what is the platform that you're standing on for 2019? Because you know what they say, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And that is the difference between being productive and just being busy. Don't be busy in 2019. And don't let another 365 days go by where you will look back and say, damn, it's still not changing. So my platform is to create some retreats for relationships out of Blackview Ranch. So I will break that down, unpack it, organize it strategically, and away it goes. I keep my head to the grindstone. First ever a great men's conference, not a church-based, religious-based men's conference, just a men's conference where we come together and address the real issues happening in society. Suicide, depression, mental health issues, addiction, right? It's time for men to be more intentional and purposeful and vulnerable, okay? And completing my book. Those are the 3 priority gifts that I'm offering the world this year. Be mindful about what yours are. And are you doing it with purpose? And are you doing it with intention? Guys, I hope that today you're off to a great day. I hope that you feel more loved and that you're ready to actually start living life rather than just being satisfied with being alive. If you have any questions, any thoughts, make sure to post them publicly on this page. I attached my link to my website on this Facebook video. It's just wallybarra.com. Shoot me an email there or just call me to have a chat on how you can transition out of living a busy life and being more productive. Time is moving so fast. Don't you want to spend more time with your own self enjoying it? Don't you want to spend more time with your wife or your husband and be fully mentally engaged and present? Don't you want to take your kids to a new event this year that they've been dying to go to? Don't you just want to live a life on purpose instead of constantly dealing with things that come out of nowhere because you're living an accidental, non-intentional life? Have a happy 2019. I'm looking forward to just serving people, loving people, and I'm really looking forward to spending some quality, present, engaging, life-filled time with the love of my life, my son Avon. Guys, be blessed.